Hello, welcome to Outside Xbox, your watching show of the week. I'm Jane.
And I'm Andy. This week, we're at games convention EGX, where we've been meeting as many people as we can. There was a much shorter line for Mike's side business. Worst £5 I ever spent.
Yeah, right, I need some proper stealth training.
Oh, that's handy.
Why?
Because Dishonored Death of the Outsider just came out.
Dowd, it's good to see you, old man.
You up for one last job, Billy?
Who's the mark?
The black-eyed bastard responsible for all the chaos.
We're gonna kill the outsider.
That is Dishonored Death of the Outsider.
Yep, Doto.
Is out now.
As we call it, us fans of Dishonored.
Indeed, that's right. You've been playing it?
I have.
I've been playing it.
Yes.
What do you think?
I like it. I like Billy Lurk as a character.
Yeah.
She was always really cool in Dishonored 2.
Very
just
cool.
like hanging around the boat like this the whole time. Just like...
Yeah, inscrutable.
Get on missions, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you about missions. And then you'd be like, man, cool. Anyway, I guess I better go and do my own
Well,
stupid
bye,
mission.
Billy.
Yeah.
I love you.
she is genuinely awesome. In this, she's not as overpowered as like Corvo and Emily. She's got like 3 powers. You don't level them up as you play. She feels like less powerful, but that you have to improvise a lot more, I find. Like when I played as Emily through Dishonored 2, and I was doing like a stealth run, and I never engaged anyone in combat, and I could just very clearly play that way. Whereas I'm finding playing as Billy, I'm having to do a lot more actual combat because
Yeah, it forces you to improvise,
Yeah.
which goes against your nature, I know, Andy.
I know it really does. I should be hiding on a roof, never seen by anyone. That's how I go. But yeah, she's got 3 powers: semblance.
Yeah, which is the best.
Okay, we're going to start with the
Love
best
semblance.
one. Semblance, which
Yeah.
allows you to suck someone's face off.
Yeah, Arya Stark it right off.
And then just hold it in your hand, and you walk around.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "There's that guy who has his
Yeah.
face. It's normal."
Who's holding his face.
Yeah.
It's symbolic of like a spell.
Glamour.
A glamour.
Yeah.
So that the hand that you're like holding is how they see you.
Yeah.
With their kind of bedazzled, bewitched sort of face.
Yeah, so that lets you disguise yourself as other people. Then you got Displace, which
Yeah.
is the equivalent of Blink
Blink or
or
what have
Far
you.
Reach.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Get
yeah,
from A
it's-
to B.
You can put your marker down, and then
Yep.
you don't have to go straight away. So you can put a marker, like
Yep.
move around, check the place out, and then you can jump up to where your marker is.
Beyond index. I won't be able to have another dinner party for at least a month.
Like that character in Overwatch, like Sombra.
Sombra, the hacker, yeah. So yeah,
A
you've
bit.
got like a translocator basically,
Yeah.
but less
But
sci-fi.
mystical instead
Yeah.
of technological.
Yeah, and then you got Foresight,
Meh.
where you can.
Yeah.
Do you not like it?
No, it's not like I don't like it. It's just like one of them I can rip someone's face off. One of them I can like
Rip their
teleport.
face off.
Sure,
their face
Andy.
is still attached.
Sure,
to
they're
them.
fine. I'm sure their face
If they
is
die,
fine
the thing
afterwards.
doesn't work anymore. You have to be alive for you
Yeah,
to do it.
all right. They're still technically alive.
Yeah, but you float ahead, and you can
Yeah.
like that's the way that you sort
Yeah,
of
it's
dark
like no
vision.
clip mode. It's like X-ray vision, no clip mode.
I'm finding it really hard not having dark vision, actually.
Yeah, I did actually, but
Um,
especially because you know the thing where you have to be patient and wait for someone to come around a corner. I realised that mostly dark vision is just to tide me over because I'm just like there going.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then you sort of peek
And
your
then
head
dark-
out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you
Like this.
coming? Yeah. Oh, then they
And
see
you're
you.
They're
Yeah.
like, I can see the top left part of your face. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
With Foresight, you can go
Yeah.
ahead and mark people.
Maybe that's what I
so-
should be using it for to
Yeah, but-
keep me from getting bored.
It doesn't last very long. But the other cool thing about Billy is that her powers, they recharge over time rather than you don't have to keep
That is
drinking
really good.
elixirs.
Finding that blue stuff everywhere and just knocking
Yeah.
it back like Monster Energy or whatever. The powers, the magical powers, they are limited. There's only 3 and you're not upgrading them, which on the gameplay side, the sort of design side is because it's a shorter game. It's only got like 5 main missions, right? Which hints at its origins as kind of like an expansion. But also in the fiction of the game, she's not like one of the outsider's pets, right? She hasn't got the mark. He visits her in a dream, but she's a bit like, don't want any of your nonsense,
Yeah,
the
and he's like,
outsider.
we'll have these 3 powers then. And then you're like,
Oh,
People usually want something from
What in the void.
But you don't want my mark, do you, Billy? So I will return something you lost.
Wait, what are you? Ah!
Although he gives her the weird arm.
Yeah, all messed up.
But then she can talk to rats before any of that.
In the water, fish plays as we swim. Careful, careful. Watch for fins. Watch for black biting mouths.
Rats are, I was saying this before we came in. I'm like, I've had it up to here with rat talk. They're always like, I'm going to eat some fish now.
I love to eat the flesh of humans.
I'm going to claw the walls.
Why are you telling me this, rats?
There's a dog ahead. I'm like, I know, rats. I already went and killed it.
Like, there's a man over there. I'm literally looking at him, rats. What help
I'm
are
sure
you?
Rats become more useful maybe later in the game, but so far I'm just like,
rats.
You are very poor conversationalists, rats. I don't know why I bother.
To be fair, they have a very limited worldview.
That's true. That's true. That is probably like pretty exciting gossip for rats.
Yeah.
There's a dog over there.
I do quite like Billy's little wrist-mounted crossbow.
Oh
deal
yeah, the
that
little
she's got.
what is it? Electro bolt.
Yeah, well,
shock
you can fire
darts.
like just
Yes.
lethal projectiles, or you can
So
fire
good.
like electric bolt. But you've also got the hook mine in there, which is
It's great.
hook mine is awesome
Yeah.
for non-lethal stuff. Although I was trying to hook mine a guy
Non-lethally hook
so I like
mine.
popped out. He saw me. I popped back behind the wall, put a hook mine down, and then I didn't count for the fact that it takes you a little bit further back than where the actual hook mine is. So it just whipped him around into a bonfire and set fire to him.
Twanged him around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, felt bad about that. I tell you what I really like about Death of the Outsider is the contracts that it has in it, which are like little side missions that you get from the black market, and they're all cool little self-contained quests that have markers in the world. So, and they're all quite
little vignette stories off to one side. The one about the dog was really sad.
man, I spent so long trying to figure out how to set fire to a dog. I was
Really?
like, yeah, I was because
The furnace like 20 feet away.
Well, I didn't. It had the marker on the dog, so I shot the dog, and I was
You're
like,
supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
It's diseased. You're supposed to be putting it out of its
And so I'm
misery.
like, right. So how am I going to set fire to this dog corpse?
Yeah.
Let me look around for something to set fire to it with. And I was looking around for ages, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll take it to a different part of the level. Pick the dog up, and it was like, here's a furnace marker, and I was like, oh well, okay. Now I get it.
Right.
So,
You just thought you could burn it in situ.
well, I thought if I could
Make a
find
little dog bonfire.
like a little flammable oil flask or something.
Oh,
or,
okay.
You know.
No, I'd been sneaking around previously near the furnaces, so I was
okay.
like definitely going to put
Seen
something
that.
in here later.
You got to smash up all those guys. Rat whiskey
Yeah.
and destroy.
I like the bit where you pick it up and she's like, oh, it's rats, and like all the posters say rat liquor or something like that. Yeah.
100% pure rat.
Yeah, it's like tequila but with a rat in it.
You have to follow a racketeer who's been like threatening a bank clerk, and there's one where you have to murder
yeah.
a clown and like all
You love
sorts.
it.
Yeah, it's
Mine.
brilliant. But yeah, I really like having the all the different objective markers, and like often I just won't bother with the actual main mission. I'll just spend all my time doing these contracts. It's really cool, and you get a ton of money for doing them at the end of the mission. So I'm like super rich as well.
That's cool. I like the bit in the first mission where you go and free Dowd because he's in some sort of magic restraints.
Yeah, they
and
put
then
him in a
they're like,
fighting pit.
you turn it off and they're like, ah! Get out of here!
The bird's free! No,
I like there's a big
This
note.
was a terrible plan!
There's a big note by the switch to
Do
turn
not
it
turn off.
saying if you turn this off, he'll kill all
We'll
of
all
us.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the key in my office. Please don't come to my office and take the key. And you're like,
Yeah.
off to the office then.
Well.
But yeah, like the
was a
second you
terrible
turn it off,
plan.
Dow's like, whoa. And everyone's like, "Ah."
They're like, we just wanted a fun, like, fighting ring.
We're just
sort
super
of.
into
Yeah.
UFC, but with
Yeah.
magic.
Exactly, magic UFC.
You were hard to find. How did you end up here?
Let's talk somewhere else.
But yeah, it's more Dishonored. I mean, I really like Dishonored 2. It's one of my favourite games last year.
I like what you say about the limited powers actually making you more creative and stopping you from falling back on like the sort of habits and patterns that you tend to have in Dishonored, which is great that, you know, there's a style you like to play in, but it's also nice to be kind of pushed out of your comfort zone and then you have to improvise.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you get marked at the end of the level whether you've done like Ghost and Clean Hands and stuff, but there isn't a chaos system now, so you're less penalised for playing chaotically. So I feel less bad if things descend into combat. I'm just like, that's fine.
So it goes.
Yeah, so it
I'm
goes.
a grey
I'm gonna
Jedi
carry on.
now. What are you going to do?
Yes.
The outsider.
So there's much less like in Dishonored 2. I was like, quick save,
Yeah.
quick load, quick save, quick load every time something went wrong. Whereas now I'm just like, just roll with it,
Yeah.
which is great.
Who's going to judge you?
Yeah,
The outsider?
He'll be dead soon when I kill him.
I assume at the end. I mean, that's the name.
Yeah, right.
I'll be having some serious talks with
Yeah,
advertising
trade
standards.
descriptions act if they don't. Yeah.
If he's not dead,
Follow through
by
on that.
the end. But I personally am all about semblance.
All about
I
sucking
can't
people's
believe
faces
I
off.
went this long without
Having
semblance.
without being able to
I
pull
like-
someone's face off and hold it in your hand and go around being that person.
Chain semblance is what it's all about, because you can like upgrade. You start with just some scrub like NPC lady, and then you're like, whoop, guard.
Yeah, guard's better.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
like
outsider.
stacking them on.
And then
yeah,
by the
finally
end-
the outsider. What if that's
Amazing.
the final mission? Outsider face on here.
And then you're like, this face is great. I'm just going to stay as the outsider forever.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. Well, we don't need to play the
Done.
rest of it. Nice. Sorted.
No ending of this game could be any better. Huh, it's Andy. I thought Mike was going to be in here doing this bit.
I know. It's good, isn't it?
What is?
Well, I'm actually Mike.
What?
Yeah, the outsider visited me last night, offered me his awesome powers, and long story short, I used semblance to take on the physical form of Andy, and now I'm just signing up for a bunch of credit cards.
That's outrageous. Where are my outsider powers? Also, quit hogging all of Andy's credit cards. I want a good one.
All right, you can have this one.
Cool. I love misusing supernatural powers.
Me too.
As noted philosopher Spider-Man's uncle once said, with great power comes great responsibility. Luckily, Uncle Ben was too busy getting shot by criminals to finish that thought, so I'm choosing to believe that it goes, with great power comes great responsibility to misuse that power for lols. Here are 5 times we were given incredible gifts and misused them horribly. John Master doesn't get much credit for his incredible superpower, but mark my words, if he were around today, Nick Fury would be turning up at Beecher's Hope asking him to join the Avengers. His Deadeye ability lets him slow down time and place shots with precision accuracy, which is at least as good as whatever Hawkeye has got going on.
This is getting ugly.
Where it really shines though is when you realise that if you use it on thrown weapons it causes them to change direction in mid-air and home in on people, which is spectacular when combined with fire bottles and sticks of dynamite. You might argue that it's unfair to introduce homing dynamite into an old-timey Wild West shootout, to which I would present the counter-argument of a stick of homing dynamite.
In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Among the Dragonborn's many powers in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim are dragon shouts, an ancient form of magic that uses the sacred language of the dragons to manifest a variety of effects within the world. Probably when they were coming up with the unrelenting force shout, the dragons weren't anticipating me using it to go into people's houses and shout everything off their dinner table. And yet here I am, doing just that. Nice dinner you have here. Be a shame if someone were to shout at it. It's just as the Dragonborn prophecy foretold.
Dear friend, have you ever lost a penny to a vending machine? Has a pay telephone ever refused to connect you with a beloved spouse? Well, it's time to take back control from the men of metal. With possession, you are the master. You will bend any machine to your will.
The floating city of Columbia is home to Vigors, wonder tonics that give you supernatural abilities like launching fireballs from your hands or blasting people in the face with water. One of the most powerful is Possession, a vigor that allows you to control the minds of your enemies, turning them against their allies to fight for you.
What's going on out
And allowing you to hack enemy machines to turn the tide of battle. What it also does, however, is let you hack vending machines so you can steal the money out of them. Haha, I'm rich! This is totally worth the harrowing process of actually drinking those things. Blanka from Street Fighter 2 is a biological curiosity in that he's able to electrify his skin to create a force field around himself that'll damage anything it comes into contact with. As you can imagine, this comes in handy in a fighting tournament, but even handier when you're trying to destroy a random car you've come across at the docks. Yes, probably with study we could figure out how Blanka does this and harness that power to create clean, renewable energy, but isn't it actually a better use to just destroy some rando's car? Don't answer that, it's a rhetorical question. The Force in Star Wars is the mystical energy that flows through all living beings and binds the galaxy together, and Jedis are able to manipulate this power to sense people's feelings, understand their desires, and gain a deeper knowledge of the universe. Or, in our case, to really mess with a whole bunch of stormtroopers. Haha, look at this guy! Uh-oh, hope I don't suddenly lose my connection to the Force. Whoops, no, wait, I got it back. If Master Obi-Wan caught me doing this, he'd be very grumpy.
Now it's time to see what's written in the comments and in the Yelp reviews for Mike's School of Stealth Training.
And?
Maybe just the YouTube comments. There was no need for that kind of language.
Okay, in that case, let's start with the comments on last week's show about hot new massively multiplayer football sim, Destiny 2.
But that looks good. Some sort of quest for a chalice. I'm always up for chalices. You wouldn't believe how much I like chalices.
I did not know this about you, Andy.
Yeah, no.
When did your love of chalices first begin?
You've not been in my chalice room.
Commenter Chloe Imogen is more concerned with Andy's love of chalices. She says, Andy is the IRL version of the Grail Knight in Indiana Jones, except he doesn't guard his collection quite so well, apparently.
Right? It's like anyone wearing his face can just swan in there and help themselves.
What are you drinking?
Pumpkin spice latte.
Nice.
Not everyone is on board with the farm's dedication to sport. For example, commenter Patrick Hjorth, who says, about the football pitch in Destiny 2. So the poor, vulnerable survivors of the city are huddling and hiding on a dilapidated farm deep in the European forest. In an effort to stay extra hidden, they shoot signal flares into the sky when someone plays football. I detect a flaw in their logic.
Yes, yes, yes.
No,
Football!
no! Oh,
Yes.
no! Oh, okay.
How do I do it?
It is a bit eye-catching.
And he just keeps going on about tea. And he's like,
Like all British people.
he's great. And he's like, hurry on back to the tower and I'll make you a cup of tea.
Come on back up to the church tower. I'm putting a kettle on now.
And commenter Busy Dad Living writes to say, you guys never shut up about tea. Every time you play Hitman, it's all 2 sugars this and Earl Grey that. I just assumed you were sponsored by Twinings.
It's Twinings. They're cancelling the sponsorship because you drank a coffee.
Damn you, pumpkin spice!
Moving on, here are your comments on this video about the secret ways game developers trick you into thinking you're awesome.
Not everyone delighted with these revelations, such as commenter Rebecca Johnson, who says, my self-esteem!
For other commenters, it validates their tactics, such as commenter Andy McP, who says, yes, enemies miss a few shots at first, which is definitely why I miss a few back. It's only polite.
I too am known for my politeness.
If you're unfamiliar with gravity, it's the force that prevents us all from floating off into space and that keeps dropping apples on our head. Ow, damn it, gravity.
And commenter That Kid Called Jess says, an apple a day may keep the doctor away, Mike, unless you now have concussion.
Mild concussion.
Oh, that's fine. Finally this week, here are your comments on this video about the things you can do in NBA 2K18 that aren't play basketball.
All right, great. Have a nice day.
Obviously the shoes are the most important thing, but society dictates you'll need other clothes to wear with them, which is why there's also an NBA store for team apparel and a streetwear store where you can buy more casual clothes to hang out in when you're not playing b-ball.
Lots of people drawing comparisons between NBA 2K18's neighborhood mode and GTA Online, such as commenter CJBoz815, who says, I can see it now. I'm riding my bike to the Foot Locker and I get killed by someone in a Hydra.
Indeed, it seems we'd all be better off taking the advice of commenter Caitlin RC, who says, can we just stay home and play the basketball games? That would be meta.
I don't think you have a home in the neighborhood, just basketball.
Well, clearly I'm not the only one slightly creeped out by this alternate basketball universe, as commenter Andy McP returns to write, living in this world surrounded by basketball news, culture and trivia for all time and nothing else seems like some kind of ironic Twilight Zone hell for someone who played too much basketball.
Oh, I think I've seen that episode.
For many, basketball is more than just a game. At your service, Woodrow Beamish, a man for whom basketball is everything, and who will soon learn that when all you have is basketball, it doesn't leave room for a whole lot else. Here, in the Twilight Zone.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a sit down. You gonna give Andy back his face eventually?
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish watching this episode. Oh, it turned out that the basketballs were sentient sphere aliens who were fed up of being dunked into nets the whole time.
Makes you think. back. You've completed Show of the Week. Well done, but for an additional reward, you can complete the contract. Press the like button.
What do they get for doing that?
I don't know, ask the outsider.
He moves in mysterious ways. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Guy. All right, lunch now. Time for lunch.
I can't. I've got like 8 credit card statements. Someone's been buying sports cars and all sorts.
No, car. Some people. Sports cars. Anyway, I gotta go.
Man, that's the last time I go mysteriously unconscious.